Hey, it's Chris with Life 180, and today I want to talk to you about how much money do you need to have saved in an emergency account. Now, before we get into how much, which is the what, let's talk a little bit about the why. Now, there are people out there like David Ramsey, Susie Orman, that are going to tell you that you need 6 months of savings in an emergency account in case of a rainy day, the good old rainy day fund. Now, I'm not going to say that 6 months isn't, good. I mean, it's definitely something to strive to, and I think for a lot of people, that's a big number. That's a hard number to even wrap your head around. But I'm gonna be here to push you a little further than that, and I'm gonna tell you that 6 months isn't even gonna come close to what you really need. Not only is it not close enough, but I'm gonna get into exactly why it's not close enough. So let's talk about that for a second. First of all, what do you need the rainy day account for? Think about that. Is it your house? Is it to protect yourself if something goes wrong with your air conditioner? If you live in Arizona, something goes wrong with your car, something goes wrong maybe medically that you need access to capital. Maybe if you have kids, obviously you never know what's going to happen there. Depending on the insurance levels and all that stuff that you have kind of in place, that's important. Maybe it's in case you're worried about the economy right now and you're worried about losing your job. Maybe you want to have enough money put aside if you lose your job and you lose your cash flow and your income, your revenue stream, that you have enough money to put food on the table, that you have enough money to pay your mortgage and not have to suffer during that time. You don't want to have to make a reactive poor decision, so you want to have enough money saved for that rainy day, right? That is the thing. Well, here's what I know. Depending on the style of life that you live, and I'm just going to assume you're an average American, because I mean, the average kind of concept exists for a reason. Let's talk about the fact that I think you need at least a year of your income in an emergency account. Now, why do I think that? Well, if you just look at the statistics right now, the U.S. Department of Labor says it takes about 1 month for every $10,000 of income on average to be able to find your job. So that means if you make $60,000 a year, on average, it's gonna take you 6 months to find your job. That's average. I don't know about you, but I never wanna be average. I never wanna just be prepared for average, because what happens if you wind up on the wrong side of that average? You'll get to 6 months. If it takes you 8 months to get a job, if it takes you 7 months, you don't wanna have to make a desperate decision around the 5.5 month mark that's gonna have negative consequences on your lifestyle, on your income, on your career path, on everything, because you had to make a desperate decision 2 months early, right? It doesn't make any sense. Be ready for a year in this economy, especially depending on where you live in the country. Be ready for a year. Now, I'm going to take this a step further and say that not only do you need a year worth of savings in an emergency account, I believe that the biggest mistake people are making in the world right now is that they're investing before they save. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, first of all, I mean that they're putting money in qualified accounts. Now, I have no problem with qualified accounts if you're getting a company match. You kind of have no choice but to take advantage of that, because if you're saving 3% of your income and your company's matching 100% of your contributions, up to 3% or up to 5% or 6% or whatever that number kind of consistently seems to be coming down with different companies right now. But if you're getting a match up to whatever contribution you are doing, take advantage of it. It's like 100% return in the market no matter what. Even if the stock market goes down 50%, you're basically breaking even. So that's kind of a no-brainer. If taxes go up, doesn't really matter, because 50% of the money going in is not your money. It's free money. It's found money. So take advantage of it. You'd be a fool not to. Anything above and beyond the contribution match, I think, is an opportunity for you to reposition and save before you invest. And I think the biggest mistake is people thinking, once again, that they need to invest before they save, or worse, they think that when they invest, they're actually thinking of it in terms of that they are saving for their future, but they're really not. They're investing for their future, and investing takes on risk. That means when the economy goes bad, i.e. when you need access to your savings the most, your investment accounts are going to perform at their worst, right? So if you don't have enough actual savings and safe, secure, liquid money, you're going to have to tap into your investments that perform poorly. And one of the worst things you can do is liquidate or tap into a negatively performing asset, because now you're going to have tax consequences. You're going to be pulling money out of an account that has gone down in value, and so you're not giving it the chance to recover, because the stock market, the economy will always bounce back. You got to give it time. There's more money. I mean, heck, in 2015, there were $14 billion in taxes paid by people just to access their money early, $7 billion in penalty for people just to access their qualified money early. That was, and that's the last statistic I could find. That is just, in qualified accounts during a good year. Imagine what it would be like if the economy went bad and people had to tap into that 401k or their qualified account, their IRA, for another reason. It would be, the numbers would probably be 2, 3, 4 times that, right? Like it's crazy to think about. So what I would say to you is that really think about your finances. Think about the fact that you need to save before you invest. I know it seems counterintuitive. It's kind of counterculture right now. There's a lot of pressure to get your money in the market and to invest and to get those returns and chase those returns. But I'm here to tell you that there's more money made during down economic times by the wealthy. More wealthy people are created during down economic times. And the people that are created as millionaires during those times are the people who prepare for that time, that structure their financial lives to be able to make good, sound financial decisions during those economic times. And I want to encourage you to be one of those people, and making sure that you're not jamming all your money into an investment account where you're delaying taxes into a tax environment where taxes are probably going to be higher than they are today. And that's actually probably a different video that I'll get into. That's a different rabbit hole. Not going to go down there. But anyway, I hope this kind of inspires you to take a look at what you're doing for saving, not investing, but saving. Where are you keeping that money? How are you storing that money? What kind of financial vehicle? Is it a bank account, a savings account, a CD, maybe a whole life insurance policy, maybe something else? I don't know. Whatever you're doing, if you're curious about that, I'd love to talk to you. Just about some regular financial coaching stuff, feel free to reach out. There's a link down below. You can set up a time with me. Go to life180.com. And I've got a calendar link right there. It makes it really easy. If you found value in this video, please hit the like button. It really helps the channel out. The YouTube algorithm gods love that kind of thing. And I'm trying to figure out how to master this game, quite frankly. I'm really trying to reach more people, add more value into people's lives, and hopefully this added value into yours. If it did, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell every single time I create a video. You'll get notified, and hopefully that's something you're looking for. I hope, once again, that you found value in this, and until next video, have a blessed, inspirational day, and we'll talk soon. See ya.